你这个是坐在最里面，这才是吧？现在看到它吗？摸起来就是比如说我是个把它浮在上面。
我下一场。
然后把你这个用一种加工艺把它人为的涂，所以说在内地。中间在这里，中间是没有时间。那英文它不用料吗？就是做完了你这个主要原料是吧？你是把107跟那个香蕉去和
上没有啊？我上两个哥们在这里。
一个是金属量，因为俄罗斯量1/3的配置，它因为故意跟这个有关系。
操作稍微
好，现场的观众朋友们，欢迎回到金博的展位现场。那么接下来我们将为大家带来。
The next we're going to have the presentation about Beyond Poly. The topic is leading new material industry promoting sustainability. Now, let's warmly welcome Beyond Poly, the product operational manager Fuling, to deliver this presentation and open up the new chapter of technological innovation. Welcome, the floor is yours now. Distinguished guests, my dear partners, and friends from online, good afternoon. I feel very happy to have this opportunity to gather up with all of you at the Chambroad booth at CHINAPLAS 2024. I'm from Chambroad, and we're going to talk about leading new material industry promoting sustainability. So we want to help you develop a comprehensive understanding about Beyond Poly. I'm going to cover four aspects. First, company profile. The company was set up in July 2023. Now we have over 200 staff, and we have two production bases in Shandong and Henan respectively, along with the three R&D centers in Boxing, Qingdao, and Hangzhou. We specialize in supplying POE and alpha olefin products. We're going to adhere to our core values. We aim to become, for example, the global provider, a leading provider of polyolefin elastomer solutions. And the Chambroad is affiliated or incubated out of a Chambroad Holdings Group. In 2023, the sales revenue was over 89 billion and 8.1 billion yuan as the tax that we paid. So we're ranked among the top 500 in the private sector in China. We have this great strategy. So the POE product that we have, based on this honestness strategy, we built a very innovative company. So this is a quintessential example of a Chambroad industrial incubation. Although we were set up back in 2013, the R&D started back in 2017. Of our POE product, we launched a project in that year. By 2021, we had completed a pilot test with the breakthroughs achieved, and we launched the product based on the pilot scale. That in 2022, we achieved the validation of the product and the sales of the products. Then we set up the POE Corporation in 2023, and we set up the first industrialization apparatus in China, the first of its kind. From a small lab to pilot to industrialization, the entire path now is completed successfully. And there are three challenges for POE overall. It was never a smooth journey for POE industrialization in China, but as we went through the curve, we managed to overcome different points. So, for example, on December 23rd, we organized the product release successfully. We launched the famous brand and product series. So the POE production officially entered a new era. The next, I'm going to put my focus on products. Right now, there are four grades we've launched for photovoltaic and a general application area. For former or PV arena, this is a very popular track for PV, we put our focus on developing products in this area, with particular focus on indicators like light transmittance and volume resistivity. We have good numbers for these indicators, so we help guarantee the high conversion efficiency. In terms of a general modification, we analyzed our customer needs. So the impact swings and a low temperature shrinkage are preferred indicators for automobile modification and footwear foaming and cables, etc. Then not only are we able to provide you, our dear partners, our products, but also based on the pinpoints of the applications, we carried out product R&D. For example, in PV, we put our focus on enhancing solar energy efficiency to support green photovoltaic conversion. And we also consider comfortability for footwear and resilience. In automobile, we promote impact resistance and a lightweight design. For flame retardant, we managed to improve like the flame retardant properties, ensuring the use of a low smoke and halogen-free flame retardants. We also did some studies on mailboxes and the films and the stationary waterproofing membranes, etc. So there are those problems or questions put forward by our customers. Then based on customer needs, we put off the improvement of our products in 4 application areas, and we're approved of by over 20 clients and certifications. We also led the drafting of the first group standard for POE. Right now, we're working actively to draft the industry standard.
Apart from offering the products for our partners, by producing POE in China, we have also been thinking about what else we can offer. So there are 4 different services. First is a reliable partner. That is, we are online 24/7. The customers can contact us anytime, and also we have the 12-hour delivery for short distance and 24 hours delivery for long distance. This can greatly reduce the inventory for the customers. And also we have the Dream Factory, which is for the R&D and testing. There are some downstream users. They cannot really address the issue with their applications. What we can do is to provide solutions at the polymerization and to provide better products for their needs. And the third is Infinity X. Our company is an open and inclusive platform, not just about products, but also about the value chain, the R&D, marketing, and also there are different ways for us to work together. And also we have the accessible executives. That is, you can use our email and also the WeChat official account to contact our executives directly to provide feedback. And also, at Chambroad, we talk about the things tomorrow is about training and the future is about culture. So I'd like to talk about the work we do in BOE's in Beyond Poly's R&D. So we have over 120 people in R&D, including over 40 of them with PhD and postgraduates, and there are more than 10 different technical leaders. We have a very strong R&D team, and apart from the R&D competence within the company, we also have in-depth collaboration with different institutes and universities, not just about innovation of technologies, but about developing the industry and also the development of talents. That's one of our core competencies, and that stands for the future of our iteration. Just now, we mentioned that in Boxing, Qingdao, and Hangzhou, 3 cities, we have our R&D bases. In terms of the value chain, I'd like to tell you more about how we built this alpha olefin catalyst polymerizing process and applications covering the whole value chain and technical service. First is the alpha olefin platform. About the alpha olefin product, we have our piloting facility now. It started from the lab and now it is in the piloting. So we have already produced some products successfully. That's alpha olefin. And second is the polymerization process platform. We have a multifunctional platform in the POE lab and piloting facilities so as to prepare for the future industrial scale processes and also iteration of products. And third is the Catalyst platform. About this, the several POE platforms need to address new challenges. And fourth is the Catalyst. We have the Catalyst products which can satisfy the needs of our own POE production. And fourth platform is the Applied Technology platform, which is for the downstream users. On this platform, produce we can produce equipment like the dual screw rod and also other like casting film and other different technology services and equipment. After we test it, we can send them to the downstream users. We invested over 200 million into the R&D, and we have 3 R&D bases. We have 10 different sets of supporting facilities, and also we have over 50 major scientific research collaboration projects. While doing R&D, we also prepare for proprietary technologies for alpha olefin catalyst polymerization and also applications. We have our patents to cover the whole value chain. Now we have 75 articles accepted, 24 authorized, 6 pending. So about the patent application, we have a dedicated team for it. And fourth is about the future outlook, about the Beyond Poly's future prospect. Going forward, we will focus on East China and South China. These are 2 major production bases to achieve the 500,000 ton of production capacity. And based on that solution polymerization technology, we will have a dual industry chain of elastomer and alpha olefin to achieve long-term sustainable development. This is about the products. From the products, we'd like to also work with all the different partners to have the long-term partnership. We look forward to work with you in terms of equipment, technology, industry, capital, and so on, in order to have more in-depth collaboration and achieve the synergy together, so that we will be a global leader in POE solution provider to create a stable ecosystem for the industry. Now, there are several directions I'd like to share with you. For example, the alpha olefin catalyst, POE polymerization, and also equipment such as the polymerizing equipment, devolatilization equipment, pelletizing equipment, as well as the financial services in terms of capital, credit support, financial capital, and so on. We'd like to achieve the synergy with all the different partners in the industry. Last but not least, please scan the QR code to follow us on WeChat. This is our official account on WeChat. And also during this exhibition, there are a lot more great events to come. And the second QR code is my personal contact. So you can scan this QR code to contact me for any additional questions regarding POE. Thank you for this great presentation. Now please stay on the stage. During the live streaming, we actually have questions from the international audience online. The first question is, how is the product evaluation or review for Beyond Poly's products? This is a great question, so you may wonder about the certification of the products. So we have four major application areas, and we are accepted by over 20 major customers, and we have been working with some top customers in their respective industries, doing some validation and evaluation of the products. The outcome is good, so please stay tuned about our future product portfolio and new offering. And the second question is, what's your view about the future market for Beyond Poly? That's a frequently asked question. From Beyond Poly's view about the market, you can think about the 30 and 60 national strategy of China, and also look at the new emerging industries such as PV and also electric vehicles and other industries, and also look at the conventional industries, that is the four major applications and our penetrations in these industries, as well as the applications that have not adopted POE yet. As we build more production capacity of POE in China, indeed, there will be new applications emerging in future. So we believe by 2030, there will be 2 million tons of demand for POE. And that is to say, in the long run, we are very optimistic about its demand. But also we can see that there are other facilities being launched in China. But we believe that the technical barrier and financial barrier for this product is very high. We have actual experience in our own process, and about the future market, we believe it will be a very promising market indeed. So thank you, Mr. Fu, for giving us this great presentation. And about the international audience watching the live streaming, if you'd like to find out more about our materials, our products, you can contact our colleagues, and we will be very happy to support you further. Now let's take a quick break, and then we will have the last technical presentation coming up. See you soon.
哎，好好好，随时准备。Dear audience, hello everybody, welcome to Chambroad booth. The last but not the least technical presentation today. The next topic is about the foam materials, the development and application of polypropylene foam materials. The foam plastics are microporous plastics leveraging advanced foaming techniques and to convert from, for example, the original structure to the porous structure. It is lightweight, it is very soft, and it can resist heat and sound effectively. It has great resistance against vibration. Now let's invite Mr. Seng Dongxiao, Polyolefin Marketing Director of Chambroad, to bring us this technical presentation. Thank you, Ms. Moderator. I'm from Chambroad Polyolefin Marketing Department. My name is Seng Dongxiao. Today, I'm going to talk about the development and application of polypropylene foam materials. This is my outline. I'm going to cover the following aspects. First, from Chambroad perspective, our market overview for foamed polyolefin. Then we launched three types of products with the six products in the matrix. And last but not the least, the study or introduction of the R&D platform of a foamed polyolefin. First, market overview of a foamed polyolefin. What is foamed polyolefin? Foamed polyolefin is like a two-phase polyolefin gas composite material with polyolefin as the continuous phase and a gas as the dispersed phase. So it has like a very unique kind of a porous structure, which brings about a very distinct kind of a lightweight features and mechanical properties and a heat resistance and resilience. So these special materials are able to bring about different types of applications. So this time around, there are two raw materials of a polyolefin. For example, PP for foaming, PP for foaming, and also three foaming processes, including molded foam, extruded foam, kettle type bead foaming, injection molding foam, and a radiation cross-linking foam. When it comes to foamed polymers market overview, there is over 11 million tons in 2020, or 14.9% of overall plastic consumption. For a foam market, it is PU and PS which have the largest consumption, while PE and PP have less consumption. Now this slide, for these several types of materials, what about the market competitiveness and some data here along these lines? As for PP, as we can see here, polypropylene, the melting point is relatively high with high cleanness. Therefore, application-wise, there are advantages associated with the characteristics of a PP, but it adds to the difficulty of a foaming process. It is definitely more challenging for process, hence there's additional cost. So there is like a price premium for the product. Nonetheless, because of its distinct application features and merits of this product, there is good growth due to the continuous development from the downstream, and the customers have a strong demands of the high-performing products like this. So the growth of a foamed PP is the fastest amongst this pack of a foamed polymers. There is policy incentives and product advantages. Policy-wise, in Australia, for example, there is legislation already which banned the use of EPS foam in office and furniture. And then lately, in the United States, there is like legislation introduced by U.S. senators that seeks to ban the use of EPS for food packaging, etc. The EU environmental tax on imported EPS packaging materials reaches more than 200 euros per ton. In China domestically, there are policy incentives as well. Now, for foamed polyolefin, some of the product advantages. So the base material, which is pretty pure and pollution free, right? And adopting supercritical CO2 physical foaming process, which is safe and environmentally friendly. And after foaming, the polyolefin still blessed with very great performance to resist heat and with good mechanical properties. For example, above 100 degrees C, this material can be used for a long period of time. Then post foaming, there are porous structure of the material, so the pore closure rate is over 90%. So there is very great recovery rate after deformation and excellent shock absorption. Unlike those home appliance packaging EPS material, this material has high recovery rate. Then there is wide range of a product density, for example, up to 0.02 to zero point 0.2 gram per center square meter. Then there is good reusability. Although there is a cost premium, you're able to reuse it for over 100 times. By so doing, would you be able to reduce costs and increase efficiency for your customers? So this slide, it talked about the foamed polyolefin consumption structure, the use of this material. The biggest use is automobiles. For autos, this is the most established market that we've developed. Plus, packaging market, which is growing fast. Lately, I believe you're paying attention to this high growth. What is the source of the high growth? First, for foaming, molded foam, the new energy vehicles are growing like crazy. So for like substrate plate to protect automobile EV battery, yeah, this is a big application scenario. Last year, the domestic vehicles were numbered at 10 million. All these were new energy vehicles. So the molded foam products have a market size of over 10,000 tons already. The next, there's also, for example, industry and industrial turnaround. For example, at factories, the product turnaround between upstream and downstream, especially for EV batteries, for automobiles, the assembly plant. You need to transport those cells to those assembly plants. But en route, you're able to protect the battery cells to make sure there's no damage en route. There's good reusability with repetitive uses, then the total cost of ownership is reduced. So this slide, there are four foaming processes. First, EPP, which is established development-wise, and it has the broadest scope of application. The market size is 88,000 tons. The molded pressure foam, or MPP, it is initially developed by Chinese companies, and it started to take off over recent couple of years and are reaching 10,000 tons as of 2023.
Next, about the extruded XPP that is used to make different products such as the environmentally friendly lunchboxes and also gaskets and also office stationery. It reached the total size of 6,000 tons last year. And next about the injection molded IPP. I'd like to explain this. Among these four different technologies, They all refer to the supercritical CO2 foaming technology. So for the injection molding technology, we do not have a proven product yet in this process. So mostly we use the chemical foaming processes. And for the automotive applications, the microfoaming material is used a lot. The demand is high, and for the chemical foam, now the whole market size is very high. Now these are the illustrations of these four processes. About the keto type foaming process, there are three stages, three steps. We can control the process in order to get very accurate control of the process in order to achieve the different product specs. And next, about the molding, there are two steps. First, we have the two, and then the extrusion foaming and the injection foaming. They have just one step, and they are simple processes but harder to control. And now we have three products for keto and two for molding and one product from extrusion. Now I will go into more details about these products we offer. First, about the keto type foaming. Now we can see that this is the whole process development from the raw material all the way to the final product. It's a long process here. And thanks to the partners who have been going through this whole journey with us to develop this whole process. And now we have this technology. Now we have the stable raw material supply in the upstream and a whole process. And now let me talk about the two typical generic materials. One is the high rigidity EPP 800 HM, and the other is the energy saving EPP 800. They have different applications for the high rigidity. It is more for those materials applications that bear more load and have require low shrinkage, especially for automotive applications such as the bumpers and also packaging for large appliances and also for industrial packaging and transportation. And the next, energy saving material. It has less mechanical requirement. They don't require very high mechanical performance, for example, for smaller packaging and also for toys. And the load can be less than 2.5 per, and also they don't have to bear the load for a very long time. This can reduce the cost for the user as well. EPP 800 HM, for instance, to show you the whole development process of this product. When we look at the comparison in terms of the flow property, we can compare it against the competition. We can retain the porosity very effectively, and also we focus on the elasticity of the material so it can support the growth of these pores, so that this material has very good forming property. And second is about CO2, because we use CO2 as a forming agent, so the solution, the solubility of CO2 has great effect on the downstream. About the solubility of the CO2, we can see very good performance as well. And about the porosity structure of the foam, it has very high proportion of the closed cells. After foaming, we need to form the product. These are specs as listed here. As you can see, for 800 HM, we can manipulate the specs in order to accurately manipulate the foaming, the volume, and also we can achieve the high performance porous material. And about this foam we make compared with other materials, the foaming conditions are quite moderate. Now these are two products and the corresponding applications for the downstream users. And in pictures, you can see this is for industrial flow or transportation for heavy duty trucks, for the sleeper in the heavy duty truck, and also the packaging for battery and so on. And now this is the third product, that is the high weather resistant PB600E. About this product, it targets at the PB materials weak weather resistance in current market. because in the outdoor use, for instance, with high UV exposure, so the PB's service life may be limited. So for Chambroad, we have different raw materials, and by using different raw materials, we can achieve the outcome like this. The UV agent, after 22 days, the PB material still has good performance. For a more commonly used PP material, it's already damaged by UV. And also, when we look at the foaming performance, we have a wide range of foaming. And also, the foaming temperature is around 120 degrees Celsius, which is by far, this is very different from the PP, by far lower than the PP's foaming temperature. And also, we can have other benefits as well. That is, the pressure can be reduced to 1 bar. The processing cost is therefore much lower. In terms of the applications, you can see that they are mostly for outdoor applications such as the floaters in the ocean and also the beehives and 5G randoms. We can guarantee the service life of at least 5 years. And now the second type is the molded foam products. About the molded foam, first is the MPP 1200 product. This is a product we developed by comparing to a benchmark. That is, we designed the polymerization process very carefully and developed our formulation and developed this MPP 1200 product. We already have the foam that is made and evaluated. You can look at this molded PP. The pores diameter is as small as 50 to 60 microns. These are very fine microporous structures, so they are used for the protection of the batteries in the electric vehicles. That is a major application. And about the hardness and also the pressure compression strength, compared with the benchmark, we are at least as good or even better. For this molded PP product, we already have the long-term interaction with the clients, and they have new requirements for us as well. As they raise their new requirements about the strength and also the temperature resistance, we are developing the HMP 1500 product. Its tensile strength can be above 1500, by far higher than the competition. And also its hardness is by far higher compared with the competition. It's 84 versus 78, and also it can withstand the temperature by 20 degrees Celsius higher, so it's stronger and withstand higher temperature. After making this molded PP product, we can provide better protection for the batteries in the electric vehicles. This can contribute to the development of the EV industry and enhance the vehicle's safety. For some clients, they may already have very good application. They already have enough protection and strength in these applications. And then what we can do is to increase the foaming. So while providing the same protection, we can reduce the weight of the products. And next is the extruded foam product. About the extruded foam, we know it has the requirement on the strength of the melt. So for the PP, we need to add some other special additives. So the additives may increase the strength. However, the safety may be compromised and also the environmental effect may be compromised. We looked at our raw material lineup and come up with this PB600X material, which doesn't require a lot of additives used. And also, by leveraging the performance of this material itself, we can already achieve the high strength of the melt. So this is what we have done in Chambroad's testing instrument to achieve the very stable forming. This is the extruding machine. You can see that we can make this rod of foam. This is just for experiment, and at the client side, we have made these sheets, which is already validated at the customer side. But it's a new product, so we are still developing the market. Just now, I told you about 6 products, and now I'd like to talk about the R&D platform for our foam polyolefin. Chambroad attach importance to the collaboration with academia or universities. Our foam team doesn't just include the R&D team of Chambroad Foam Institute, but also we bring together some of the leading university teams. Professor Zhao Lin's team from East China University of Science and Technology working on the molding foam, and the other team is Professor Li Bo's team from Zhejiang University on developing polymerization process from polymerization to foaming. We have this whole process developed. We developed this whole process, and also we have equipped ourselves with this equipment for polymerization and for foaming. So together they can produce the products. And now this is the molded foam and also extruded foam. At Chambroad laboratory, we have these lab instruments and equipment already. And now these are about some of the testing and analytical tools. We have a whole set of tools, as you can see here. These are some are large analyzers, SEM, and also electromagnetic, and these are different instruments for an analysis. We have very high competence in terms of our talents and also equipment and instruments. And what we'd like to do is to work more with the clients because the clients have different requirements. As they raise their requirements, we can help them develop more different applications. We may target at their applications to develop special materials for them. We can have more communication about such topics in future. So this is our contact information. Thank you for listening. So thank you for this detailed presentation. So in this international live streaming session, we received questions. The first question is, will you please tell us more details about the EPP versus EPS? What is the advantage or benefits from EPP? So these two materials, EPP and EPS, are now competing against each other, but they have their different characteristics. For EPP, it is stronger basically and withstand higher temperature, which is over 100 degrees Celsius for long-term use. And also, after shaping, you can look at the materials. For example, the material used in appliance packaging like EPS, they can be broken very easily and lead to pollution. Also, in the production process of EPS, there are things that are not very good. The foaming agent is not very safe and also can pollute the air, lead to air pollution. But for the EPP process, we use the supercritical CO2 process for foaming, and also the EPP material has better performance, better strength. So from the production process to the end product performance, EPP is better. And our clients have already validated this. In our communication with the customers, we received new requirements and we have been developing new products of EPP and have been increasing our production. And the next question is about what products in our everyday life are made from EPP. EPP is now already in our everyday life indeed. For example, toy airplanes and also the yoga, like the yoga poles, the yoga rolls, and other high-end applications. For example, the packaging for larger appliances, for a TV above 75 inches, for instance, there may be EPP packaging material, and also DJI drones already adopted the EPP for packaging. Moreover, at the exhibition here, you can see things like the insulated boxes for delivering food. They use more and more of the EPP material and they can last for a long time. Thank you so much, Mr. Sun, for this very detailed presentation. Thank you so much. Now please take your seat. And now for the audience watching the live streaming and for the audience here on site, this leads to the end of this session. And in today's conference, we visited the Chambroad exhibition and also we showed you 5 technical presentations of great content. If you didn't have time to visit us here, you can still approach our colleagues. By contacting them, you can get more details about our products and services and technologies. And of course, throughout today's event, we believe you learned a lot more about Chambroad's technologies, products, innovation, and our competence. And going forward, Chambroad will continue to have the mindset of open collaboration and work with more partners, more like-minded partners. We'd like to communicate with you more, and together we can push forward the new product and technology development and create a bright future for the rubber and plastic industry together.